Today I'm going to teach you about what I call the BDBT score. This is my system for rating any food before you eat it. It gives you a very simple picture of whether that food is pushing you forward or pulling you backwards, whether it's a daily win or a daily drift. If the drift score is higher than the win score, you leave it. Full stop. So let's put it into practice. Let's say you're looking at something like the nutritional values of a Mars bar. You're looking at the per 100 grams and it shows you that it has very little protein and fiber, maybe 2 grams in total. So it has a win score of 2. But the sugar, salt and fats combined, saturated fats, is closer to 30. So we have a win score of 2 and a drift score of 30. So we have a drift to win ratio of 15 to 1. 15 times as much drift as there is win. A terrible ratio and a food that is undeniably pulling you way off course. A Mars bar is adrift. But now let's look at something like a chocolate-flavoured Graze bar. Still sweet, still chocolatey, still a snack, but it might have 6 grams of protein and 4 grams of fibre, so a win score of 10. Compared to a drift side, where maybe it has 7 grams of sugar, 2 grams of saturated fat, and a touch of salt. So a drift score of 9, essentially a ratio of 1 to 1. And that is my minimum threshold. 1 to 1 or better. If the win score matches or beats the drift score, it's allowed. Whether it's healthier types of sweet treats, whether it's better types of crisps, whether it's healthier snacks in general, more nutritional ready meals, they do exist, and I will help you find them. But back to our example, if you have a Graze bar with a ratio of 1 to 1, that's a good starting point, a good substitute for a chocolate bar, and one that is definitely allowed as a swap for our sweet treat of choice. And here's the part I love. This is not about restriction. This is not about saying you can never have chocolate again or crisps again. It's about swapping things. Simple, practical swaps. Tiny little improvements in lots of different areas. Go from a Mars bar to a Graze bar. Go from Monster Munch to a Snacker Jacks. Go from a creamy yogurt to a high protein yogurt. It's still chocolate, it's still crisps, it's still a yogurt. It just scores better. The BDBT score gives you the simplest system possible for spotting the difference. So here's my challenge to you. This week, read the label on one food you have already purchased. Work out the win score, work out the drift score, add up the protein and the fiber for the win score, add up the sugar, saturated fats and salt for the drift score. Then check the ratio. If the win score is equal to or better than the drift score, you're on track.